Hey y'all, welcome back to another edition of Xtina's Take, where it is, of course, my take on whatever's going on at the moment, pop culture, TV, whatever, right? So, y'all already know. Y'all already know what's today. It's the weekend, and we all know what happened this weekend. So let me just dive right on into it because I touched on it last video, and there's been a new development, okay? So, look at here, look at here, look at here, look at here. Miss Jada Pinkett Smith, honey. I want to say thank you. That's it. Just thank you. Thank you for in these last 2 days on taking our minds off all the bullshit that's been going on lately. You know, ain't nobody talking about COVID. Ain't nobody talking about the protests and Black Lives Matter. Ain't nobody talking about this stupid ass campaign and all the bullshit that's going on with that. Ain't nobody talking about that. We talking about entanglement. But you know what? I'm surprised. I'm actually surprised because I really thought, like I said in the last video, that she was just gonna talk. Hey, I'm looking at my poof, y'all. I'm rocking the quarantine look hard now, y'all. I used to even try to cover it up, but no, actually, well, it ain't moisturized right now, but I did take it down last night, not last night, early yesterday, and moisturized it and whatever. Anyway, I'm trying to love my curls, okay? It took a long time to get to this point because, like, a couple years ago, y'all would have never seen it. So I'm trying to get to quarantine has forced me to accept these curls. But anyway, I thought you see how I have ADHD, y'all. Actually, I don't, but anyway. But I didn't think she was gonna admit it. I really didn't. I thought she was gonna talk around it, and in a way, she still was trying to with the word entanglement. Bitch, you fucked them. And I don't know if it was just a hard pill for her to admit that, or it was just awkward to do it in front of her husband. And let's Will, baby, you a goddamn champ, honey. It's not too many men that I know that can sit there and listen to their wives talk about how they had a relationship with another man while y'all was married, whether y'all was separated or not, whether or not y'all had a open relationship or y'all was swinging or whatever she was swinging that dick without you, okay? Or swinging on that dick without you, okay? But yeah, just and you know my favorite part, and I will admit I did not watch it. I have not. I watched clips of it. I wasn't even really interested in seeing it. I told you that I didn't really care for it because, like I said, I thought she was gonna talk around it. I didn't know she was gonna admit it. So she hey, like I said, you gave us something to talk about for 2 days. Um, But I still haven't watched it. I watched clips. I got all I needed from it. I don't need to watch the whole thing. Hell, the internet don't provide more than enough information about what I need to know about what she said. And trust me, the internet from Twitter to Instagram to Facebook has been lit, honey, lit. And that's what I love most about this whole thing. I shouldn't say I love it. Well, I mean, hell, they still together. I mean, I could see if they ended in divorce over it. Like, you don't celebrate somebody else's demise, but hell, they bad marriage for life. I did catch that part. But yeah, my favorite part in all this has been just the internet reaction. It's just been, I mean, my sides are hurting. Literally. I've cried tears from what the internet has come up with this situation. It's just, I love black people. We are some creative, hilarious people. We can make fun of pretty much any situation, and she kind of set herself up for it. So, do I feel bad for her? Hell no, I don't feel bad for her. Bitch, I mean, if anything, she get the GOAT award. I mean, I know I shouldn't condone that behavior, but I mean, at the end of the day, they all grown folks. They know what their marriage is about. But I mean, the bitch is the GOAT. At the end of the day, you still got your husband. Your multi-million-dollar husband. Up in the hundreds of $1,000,000 husband. Okay, you still kept him while you had a whole fling on the side. Now I don't know what Will was doing during that time. I'm sure he was probably doing his shit too. At least his little bitches knew enough to keep quiet about it. That was her only mistake. Is you fucked around with somebody who didn't know how to keep their mouth shut. So, and I mean, she said they were separated, that she thought they was done. She didn't really think they was getting back together. She was broken, and she all this other crap that she was spewing out, which, and I said this before. It's just something about her, and not even talking in this situation. Just in general, I've always felt this way about her. I thought she was a pretty decent actress. I think she's an absolutely stunningly beautiful woman, but I just always she never sat right with me for some reason. She just never really sat right. There was something a little off about her, and I couldn't really explain what it was until I seen a meme on Facebook or Instagram that said basically the gist of it was that she weaponizes words like in a form of healing to not take accountability for what she does. And she does that a lot. She talks in circles a lot. She uses these big words, these healing words to make her seem like Mother Earth and she's just so evolved. And and if you really look at what she's saying, she's talking a whole bunch of nothing. Basically. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it was that never sat right with me about her. But like I said, whether that they, I mean, hell, she had her little fling, what, 20-some-year-old man. You know what I'm saying? Now, where she went wrong, in my opinion, 'cause like I said, they said they were separated, whatever. I don't know if I believe that. I think along the lines of just because I've always been raised to believe in that where there's smoke, there's fire. My grandmother used to always tell me that where there's smoke, there's fire. And this rumor has been circulating around almost since the beginning of their marriage, that they've had an open relationship or they were swingers and things like that. So with that being said, with that talk being going around for so long, it's hard for me to believe they separated. I think they had their little arrangement, which is fine. That's between two married people. I can't judge that. They the ones that gotta live with them decisions. Okay. Um, I personally wouldn't, but I mean, I don't live their life. But I think they had their little arrangement. I think August got a little caught up in that, and he unfortunately was I guess, the sacrificial lamb, and he just didn't keep his mouth shut. And I feel like if you're gonna have that type of arrangement, or even if you were separated, um, her mistake was letting him get his feelings involved. It should have just been a fuck thing. Like, hey, yeah, you want to feel good. You're here to satisfy that need. I may crave your company. But this ain't no relationship. You know what I'm saying? This is you satisfying a need that I have at the moment, and and you get what you need from me. And that's it. It should never turn into he's giving his all to her and they're soulmates or whatever the hell he said. Because that boy fell hard, honey. And Jada, baby. I know that boy was fine. I know that dick was young, stiff, long, hard, whatever. He probably did some shit to you that Will ain't did to you in about 10 to 15 years. I get it. I get it. But as an older woman, okay, you messing around with a boy. I don't know how old he was, 22, 23, and she's damn near 50 now, and this happened a few years ago. So she's in her late 40s, mid 40s, or whatever. August at the end of the day is a grown man. He knew the situation. He stepped his foot in it anyway, or his dick in it anyway. I get that part. But I feel like as an older woman, she had a certain responsibility to him. Okay. And the reason I say that is because just for the mere fact that she has lived more life than him. Forget life experience. I know some young people out there who've had a world of hurt and life experiences that make them mature. I get that. I'm not knocking anybody. There are some very mature people out there in their 20s who've been through stuff and they present themselves as very mature. But there are some things in life that you just learn just because you live that long. If y'all get what I mean. It's just some things that you get through experience, and you get through hardships, and you get through turmoils, and you get through storms that teaches you and shapes you. And there are also things that you just start to understand the older you get. So with that being said, with her having more life experience than him, that her perspective is a little bit different than his just because she's older than him, she had a certain responsibility to him. I think she really played with him and then let him go. And him being as young as he was, he didn't know how to handle. Because, honey, let me tell you something. Us older women, even with all this, if I decide to want to put it on you and get you trapped in my web of entanglements, I can. Sorry, y'all. I thought that was my daughter at the door. But I can. Honey, we could. First of all, let me just say this: women are better cheaters than men anyway. And y'all can come at me with it. Come at me with it. But men are better cheaters than women. I mean, women are better cheaters than men. Cause y'all men, y'all think y'all sneaking, y'all act what y'all did. You know what I'm saying? We act through emotion. I was just having this conversation with somebody. We act through emotion. You know what I'm saying? Not to mention, we are very detail orientated and we're quick on our feet and we're very cunning. It's just in us. It's just in us. Part of being a woman intuition. You know what I'm saying? So, child, I don't know. It's a whole mess. It's entertainment. At the end of the day, who gives a fuck, really? It's entertainment. It is. And at the end of the day, he's still with his, I mean, she's still with her husband. You know, the only person I may feel bad for is August. You know, and that's a 50-50 split with that. Because on one hand, yeah, I do feel bad for him. On the other, because he got caught up in something that he was not prepared to deal with. And two, but on the other side of that, he's still grown at the end of the day. Right is right, wrong is wrong. You know what I'm saying? But I hope the boy get the healing that he need, because he lashing out everybody now. Now he tried to start a beef with Kiki Palmer, and I'm just like, really, dude? We all know who you want to cuss out. You know you want to cuss Jada ass out. Go ahead, or Will, or both, or who? Will, shit, Willow, Jaden. Boy, oh Lord. Okay, that. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Lord, I was trying to think what else is going on in my timeline. Nothing really. That's just been the big news. I'm going to touch on something that I touched on before, which was an artist that I discovered. And I talked about him last video. And I'm just going to explore a little bit more with that, then I'll let it go. I ain't gonna keep drilling it. Which is St. John. I'm still trying to figure out why this boy is not huge. I really am, because since the last video, I have actually really listened to both his bodies of work, and they're amazing. And songs that I had dismissed, and I told y'all I do that, but songs that I had dismissed before or just didn't think were as good as the other songs that I heard, I wind up taking to re-listen to them, and they wind up becoming my favorite ones. You know, he's just and I also kind of compared him, because I didn't really know how to compare him to people, and I kind of said if The Weeknd and Travis Scott had a child, that would be him. And that's an understatement. When if you really get into his stuff and really listen to that's an understatement. I'm not comparing him to nobody. That boy is in his own lane. He's different. He's just on a whole different vibe and wave than everybody else. And that's what makes him so great. Not to mention he's versatile. His production is off the chain. And I know he probably has his core production team that he's worked with through both these bodies of work, but it's a certain consistency and elevation in his work. And one of the things that I love about him is that literally in one song, he can do 3 or 4 different flows, sometimes mid verse, sometimes mid word, and he'll just switch it up. And I love it because he does it so flawlessly and so seamlessly. Because, you know, you have those who are versatile, but they try to pack everything all in one song, and it comes off as kind of clunky, like they trying too hard. Some artists do that. His is different. It's just effortlessly. And sometimes you're not even realizing what it is he's done until you took 2 or 3 listens to it. And then you're like, oh, shoot. Sorry, y'all, my daughter keep coming in here. Anyway, but yeah, and he's like, and I think it's one of my favorite songs. It's called "Who Do You Blame?" And I dismissed that song in the beginning. I didn't really pay attention to that song, and like I literally listen to that song about 5 or 6 times a day. Like literally, the last week, he's been the only person I've listened to. I haven't even listened to anything else off my playlist. It's been strictly him, and that's been for a week straight now. And I was cooking breakfast this morning listening to it. Like I just can't seem to get enough of it, because it's just so different, and I find something different every time I listen to it. But yeah, Who Do You Blame? That's, to me, is just his ultimate song. I mean, I like some songs too, but that one for me is just it. It's like it's take a listen to it. That's all I can say. The lyrics, his lyrical content is deep. I mean, yeah, he got some of that trap shit, but even then, when you think he's just, one song is called, what is it? Nigga shit. I just listened to it and I'm like, okay, this is just a damn trap song. I mean, the beat's good, it's a trap song. And then as I got into it, I'm like, damn, this nigga really got something to say. You know. So anyway, I can't say enough about him. He's versatile. He sings, he raps, he sings songs. I love the way he could switch up a flow. I love the way he uses words, the cadence, even so much as the cadence in his voice. Like you could tell he's very calculated and what he's doing. He's a musician at heart. Like this boy knows exactly what he's doing. He knows what his vision is, and he executes it almost flawlessly. So please, I want to see him blow up so bad. It's the same feeling I had with The Weeknd, because like I said, I've been following Weeknd since Trilogy, and before everybody really knew who he was. And I remember thinking with that, I remember I was just wishing so much, like, this man needs to be mainstream. It's the same thing with St. John. I have that same feeling, like he needs to be mainstream. Like more people need to know who he is, because he's phenomenal. So please, 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 please check him out. But that's enough. I'm leaving, unless he come out with some new music. I'll leave that alone, because I know I've done 2 videos about this guy. But that just goes to show how impressive he is as an artist. So please, please check him out. My random thought, really don't have one. I was gonna talk about 90 Day Fiance, because I haven't really talked about that with you guys, but it's one of my favorite shows. Like, I absolutely love that show. So, and my daughter watches it too. Like, I'll catch her watching it, and I don't even be in a room. She'll just be sitting there watching it all in, and then she'll tell me something. I think, what was it? I think Larissa was calling Colts, because right now this in the head, because it's like 800 spinoffs of 90 Day Fiance, and I watch all of them. Okay, including the new one. That's my random thought. Including the new one, it's called B90. I guess the stars of 90 Day read their Twitters or whatever, and the fans' response, and they respond back or whatever. It's actually pretty cute. But I just want to say, Tom, honey, he's a savage on that show. Unnecessarily though. Like, I really like Tom, but the way he acted now. And Tom, if y'all know who he is, he was with Darcy. This is Darcy's second or third trip on the show, and this is the second man she's had on the show. First one was Jesse, this one's Tom, okay? And at first, I liked Tom. I was like, okay, he's different than Jesse. I was kind of rooting for them, and then Darcy is Darcy. And, but now Tom's just an asshole. Like, he was going in on Darcy. I was like, wow. I said, but you liked it. You wanted it. Well, no, I think he knew who he was. Now looking back, I think he knew who she was, and he wanted that fame. He wanted to get on that show so people could be talking about him, because he was just going in on her, like, on her looks and everything. And I just don't like that. I try not to go in on people's looks. I hope I haven't really done that on here, because I was raised not to do that, to not go in on people's looks. We are, whatever. I know I've talked about looks before. My issue was all the plastic surgery and how unnatural people look now. But other than that, I haven't really tried to go in. And she's a victim of that too, because I could definitely tell she's had a lot of work done since she's been on 90 Day Fiance. And I just think that's very unfortunate. I really do. I really do. Ladies, y'all have got to learn to love yourselves. Now, mind you, I ain't on no national TV. I know the world can be harsh and very judgmental, and I don't have a million eyes on me. Hell, I barely got 3 right now. For right now. So I don't have that kind of scrutiny and pressure. So maybe I have the luxury of right now saying to love yourselves and don't care, don't feed into that, because I'm not a victim of it. But I will hope that if everything blows up, whether it be through this YouTube or something else or whatever, if I ever become in the spotlight, that I will have enough strength to not fall prey to that. And I ain't gonna say that I won't get a little Botox or something like that, but I broke out a little bit right now. But other than that, you don't see not a goddamn wrinkle. Not even, no, not a wrinkle. Maybe a little bit, little bags, but that's why I ain't been sleeping good. But other than that, but I hope I have enough strength not to go overboard. Now, like I said, would I do a little bit of Botox? Yeah. But I'm not going to change the structure of what God gave me in my face. Maybe a little filler just to kind of see how I will look with full lips, because I wasn't blessed with those. But other than that, I don't know, Chad. I don't know. I just wish these ladies would love themselves. But yeah, Tom, you're an asshole. I just wanted to say that, because I was watching. I'm like, why is you going in on this girl so hard? It's almost like kicking somebody when they not. Leave her alone. You don't want off with your little blonde friend. If y'all still messing, leave Darcy alone. Darcy works my everlasting nerve sometimes, but Darcy's just Darcy. She harmless. Damn. If she more harm to herself than anybody else, I'll put it like that. You know what I'm saying? So, anyway, y'all let me think what y'all think about this whole August Jada thing. I said what I had to say about it. I just think thank you. It was just fuckery that took our minds off of all the other bullshit that's going on in the world. So I'll take it for what it is, and that's exactly what it was. Let me know what you think about if y'all hear that album Collection 1 or Ghetto Lenny, please Let me know what you think and drop a comment about that too. But go check him out. And I guess I might have to do a video on 90 Day Fiance because as much as I watch it, I really do need to talk about it. So it is Sunday, so I'm gonna watch it and hopefully I'll be back with another video. But until then, hit that like button, that subscribe button, leave these comments, and let's talk.